Emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time, this is Last Call Live from Green Brain Comics. Welcome, y'all. I'm trying to make this a regular thing, trying to make it happen, trying to get the sound levels right, and playing it out. Welcome one and all to Saturday morning's live cast. This is Last Call Live from Green Brain Comics. Every week, we have one last chance to modify our final order numbers on the comics and graphic novels that are going to print now and arriving in about 3 to more weeks. I am Dan Merritt. Where is it? There it is. Where is Dan? Where is Dan Merritt? I am Dan Merritt, and I'm here today to share this list of upcoming books, give you some resources on how to order them, and remind you that this is just one last chance to place your request before our final order deadline. That gets a little complicated. The distributor that does DC Comics has a deadline of Sunday night, so make sure you get those DC orders in then. And everything else, mostly, is Monday afternoon. Both days, those orders cut off on Comichub at 5 p.m. Hey, just a reminder, this is broadcasting live from Studio G version 5.3 in East Downtown Dearborn. Okay, one of the things I want to start off first with is a little information about Comichub. Comichub is the software that powers our store, our register, all of our sales, all of our inventory, and our web store. Along with those resources, you have access to Comichub on the customer side. You can put aside items. You can shop coming soon items once you sign into that portal. And once you're into the coming soon, you'll find, let's get over to that one. That one's a little bit better. This one, this access point is your carousels for available product. The carousel on the top here, called Current Search, is primarily things that are in the new catalogs. Those new catalogs were just posted just a day or so ago for all the February catalogs. These are primarily items that are shipping in March. Just taking initial orders on those currently. The next carousel is the last call for confirmed orders. And that carousel is what we're going to be focusing on today. That is everything on Last Call this weekend. We'll open and expand that just a little bit more after I show you a nice resource for yourselves. The publisher recommended spots. You can get some previews and look inside any of these publications. Nice carousel full of stuff. Lots of great resources for the small press reader. And finally, the last carousel is the next Wednesday's items. This is generated by my invoices, and these are all the books at this point that are hitting the shelf on Wednesday, February 5th, is that? No, February 1st, right? But yeah, let's go back up here to last call for confirmed orders. This carousel is, again, everything that is on final order cutoff this weekend. All alphabetical. Up at top, you can use the publisher drop-down and all the other drop-downs as filters to help you navigate and thin out the herd, get to what you're interested in. And what I'm interested in today is primarily a set of 5 things that we call Last Call for First Issues, Second Issues, New Printings, Graphic Novels, and Last Call for Special Items in that current order. Let's see what we can come up with now. Whoosh. All right, folks. First up on our last call for first issues is, let's get over here. It is Draculina. Let me straighten this browser out here. Can I get to it? No, it's locked. That's better. Okay, first up on last call for first issues is Draculina Blood Simple from Dynamite Entertainment. This is written by Christopher Priest with interiors by Michael St. Maria, and this cover by Jay Anacleto. I think this may top the variant count. On the side here, we've got a little scrolling bar for all the different variants of this particular issue. There are, I think, about almost 30 different variants for this issue. We'll just show you this one, though, the J. Anacleto, blood covered as always, Draculina Blood Simple, coming very soon to your store. February 22nd, get those orders in by Monday. Next up is Star Wars The High Republic Adventures. This is from Dark Horse Comics, written by George Mann with art by Eduardo Mello and cover art by Ornella Sovaris. I think this maybe has a variant. Not really sure. But yeah, this is set in the High Republic era and has a readership slightly younger. So if you have a young fan of Star Wars, this is a great Star Wars comic to start them out on. Here's an interesting one. From DC Comics, we have the first issue of a one-shot, right? So this is a one-shot coming in at $9.99 and has the distinction of being written by the cast and crew. We'll call it the cast of Shazam, the movie, Fury of the Gods. These short stories are all written by the cast members that are photoshopped into those weird-looking bodies. And let's see, the A cover, which is not showing here, is featuring art by Jim Lee. We don't have that art yet, so we are showing you this cover, cover D, because it's kind of the people that wrote the book, right? If you're interested in cover A and it's not showing up, please let us know. I will be ordering these very conservatively because of the price point, but you're getting what you're paying for. 96 pages, that's pretty good. It features not only those different writers, but also art by Colleen Doran, Josh Trujillo, Tim Seeley, and many others. Sorry, I wish I could sell that one a little bit better, but having that Jim Lee cover sure would help. DC. Also from DC Comics, something that we do have lots of covers for, and all the cover art, Superman #1. This is a relaunch of the series just in time for the dawn of DC. This is really kicking the era into high gear post Dark Crisis. This is written by Joshua Williamson with interiors and this beautiful cover by Jamal Campbell. Cover price is $4.99, shipped on February 22nd. I like how stern Perry looks. Yep. Jimmy Olsen's just hanging. He's like, I get all the girls and I turn into a giant turtle. That's what he says. My browser's kind of wacky right now. Let me see if I can turn the zoom on. letting me do that. That's kind of weird. Let's try over here. There's my zoom. Next up on Last Call for First Issues, wrong button, from Frank Miller Presents, you get an additional #1 for Ancient Enemies, this called The Genie, written by Kevin Van Hook with art by Jose Luis and a cover by Danilo Beyruth. Remember, this Frank Miller Presents is a new publisher out just at the end of the last year, headed up by Frank Miller, but also co-published by longtime DC publisher and editor-in-chief Dan DiDio. This project does seem to be the main project from Dan DiDio, though he's not writing this one. He's kind of just building out the universe and letting the other characters or the other creators come in and do more material. Ancient Enemies, The Genie. From IDW, Godzilla rivals Mothra versus Titanosaurus. This is from the series of one-shots called Godzilla Rivals, pitting two classic Toho monsters against each other. You get the headliner of Mothra against the B-lister, the up-and-comer Titanosaurus. Rarely seen in the Toho universe, but always welcome back. Thank you, IDW, for doing this, as well as writer Blue Delaquinti and artist Ferio Wind, who also did this variant. This will be available on March 8th from IDW. And from Image Comics this week, we get a brand new series. This is written by Tony Flex and Tim Seeley, featuring art by the same creative duo. This is called Local Man. Let's see. Stray Dogs creator Tony Flex, or Fleeks, pardon me, teams with Revival's Tim Seeley for a series that combines rural crime noir and superhero action. I wonder where we're going to rack this one. Each issue is a classic Image Comics flip book with a lead story drawn by Fleeks and a superhero flashback into the depths of the Image universe drawn by Tim Seeley. First issue contains 30 pages for only $3.99 and ships on February 22nd. Local Man #1 from Image Comics. And we get a new #1 from Marvel's Cosmic Ghost Rider. That's right, folks. This is, let's see, this is Frank Castle from an alternate universe, turned into the spirit of vengeance. In a far-flung corner of deep space, Frank Castle has eked out a quiet existence, his days as Cosmic Ghost Rider finally behind him. But across the universe, a vicious bounty hunter is leaving a trail of bodies in his wake, and his name is Cosmic Ghost Rider? Huh? This is written by Stephanie Phillips with art by Juan Cabal and this beautiful cover by Valerio Giangiordano. Cosmic Ghost Rider is available on the shelves March 1st at a price of $4.99 with multiple variant covers. Check them out yourself on Comic Hub and get those orders in before Monday at 5 p.m. Also from Marvel Comics, we get a spin-off of that new Spider-Man character, Hallows Eve. Hallows Eve gets her own series. Janine Godby's world has been blown up several times in her life, but this time she has a bag of superpowered masks and a chip on her shoulder. This is written by Erica Schultz with art, and this cover by Michael Dowling. Look at that, Alex Ross Green Goblin cover up at the top. That's pretty swell. Good stuff. Next up in last call for #1s, this is I Am Iron Man, a new series from up-and-comers Marawe Ayudele and art by Akande Adedotan. I worked on that yesterday. Thank you, YouTube. This will be on the shelves March 1st at a cover price of $3.99. And also from Marvel this week, we get a first issue of the new series spotlighting Rogue and Gambit. Destiny strikes your favorite X-Men duo. Krakoa is on a precipice. Destiny alone can see what's coming, but the precog cannot act. For that, she'll need her adoptive daughter Rogue. Husbands need not apply, but with mutant duties stealing Rogue away so much these days, Gambit is determined to make the most of the mission and put some Cajun spice back into their increasingly complicated love affair. This is also written by Stephanie Phillips with art by Carlos Gomez and this very cool throwback pulpy looking cover by Steve Morris. Cover price on this is $3.99 and will be available on March 1st. Also from Marvel Comics, we get a first issue of a series spotlighting Spider-Gwen called Shadow Clones. Ghost Spider's life turns upside down. Spider-Gwen comes face to face with some of the deadliest Spider-Man villains, including Doc Ock, Spider-Man, Vulture, and more. But wait, why do they all look like Gwen? Writer Emily Silk and artist Kay Zama take Gwen down a twisted path as she must stop whoever is cloning her into infamous Marvel villains. Spider-Gwen Shadow Clones #1 on sale March 1st. And finally, in last call for first issues. Oh no, we get one more after this. Finally, from Marvel, we get this, what appears to be a one-shot, called Spider-Man Unforgiven #1, written by Tim Seeley with interiors by Sid Kotian, and this very creepy cover by Kyle Hotz. It ships on March 1st, and looks pretty swell. Has a couple interesting variants on the side there. Here's the last thing in last call for first issues. Moriarty, The Clockwork Empire #1. This is written by Frederic Duval with art by Steven Subik with a cover by Lenka Simakova. Yes. In a London opium den, a monster is killed by the police with 7 bullets to the body. At the Diogenes Club, an investigator and his partners thwart the Machiavellian plans of a card-playing automaton, and that evening the monster's alter ego will come out of the hospital unscathed, and Holmes and Watson are on the case. From Titan Publishing, Moriarty, Clockwork Empire #1. And that does it for last call for first issues. This is fun. I'm enjoying this. Hey, is anybody signed on? Anybody watching me? There's a couple views out there. If you're watching, say hey. I'm hanging out here at the store. We'll be open today at 12 o'clock. I'll try and wrap this up real quick after this. Okay, let's see where we are. Okay, next up. I got a little ahead of myself here. Pardon me. It's last call for second issues. And first up on second issues, it's Bulls of Beacon Hill. #1 just shipped this week. It was kind of cool looking, written by Steve Orlando with art by Andy McDonald. Got this cover by Andy McDonald as well. There we are, and here we are. Next up is Dune Harkonnen, or House Harkonnen #2. #1 hit the shelf pretty recently, did all right. If you're interested in that or any of the variants, check out Comichub. Also, we get a second issue of Darkwing Duck that just debuted last week with #1, featuring this. Number 2 features this lead David Nakayama cover. I hope you enjoyed this. Come back for #2. Better yet, let me know. Also, another book that debuted this week, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Last Ronin Lost Years continues with this number 2. It will be available on March 15th and has a cover price of $4.99. Unlike the previous series, Last Ronin, it is a standard comic periodical cut size. So do please consider that when you're purchasing or when you're coming up to get it, because, you know, some people are expecting the same, and I get it. Next up is Black Cloak number 2 from Image Comics. The first issue sold out pretty quickly. This is written by Kelly Thompson with art by Meredith McLaren, as well as this main cover by Meredith McLaren, and a few variants available. And then we have number 2 for Immortal Sergeant, written by Joe Kelly with art by Ken Nimura, available on February 22nd. Get your orders in for Inferno Girl Red number 2. This is a 3-issue miniseries. Number 1 did okay. I'm not sure that I'm going to be ordering this for the shelf too deep. This is written by Matt Groom with art by Erica Durso, and this cover by Valeria Fovacchia. Then we have number 2 of a 2-issue miniseries called Spawn Unwanted Violence, written by Todd McFarlane with art and this beautiful cover by Mike Del Mundo. Art Brute. Ooh, pardon me. I got ahead of myself. I need to put some reminders in there. So, we just did Last Call for second issues. We're going to move on to, here it is, Last Call for second issues. It's tricky. Last Call for new printings. I did it right this time. Hot new comics selling out can be frustrating. Short print runs and skyrocketing back issue prices just complicate things. Last Call for new printings is here so you don't miss out a second time. Oh boy. This is fun. I'm going to get back to it here. Okay, first up on new printings is Art Brute number 1. This is a remastering of the series by Ice Cream Man creators W. Maxwell Prince and Martin Morazzo. Originally published under the title The Electric Sublime, the special editions presents the NPR-lauded, critically acclaimed material in its intended form in a second printing with this new cover by Martin Morazzo. And we also get a second printing of Art Brute number 2, because that sold out right away as well. These are both shipping on February 22nd and have a cover price of $3.99. As we just mentioned, Black Cloak number 1 sold out, and we do get an opportunity to reorder a second print. Black Cloak number 1 second printing from Kelly Thompson and Meredith McLaren. Get a second printing of I Hate Fairyland number 2 from Scotty Young. This is a maybe a Brett Bean cover who does interiors. Not sure. I wonder if it's going to be black and white as well. We'll see. Get your orders in by Monday at 5 p.m. And we also get a new printing of Spawn Unwanted Violence number 1 second print. I do have first prints on the shelf, so if you're interested in the second print, make sure you get those orders in. I don't think I'm going to be getting it for the shelf. From Marvel Comics, we get a new printing of Joe Fixit number 1. This is a throwback title in the timeline around when Hulk was a mafia enforcer. This is written by that creator, Peter David, with art by Yildiray Sindar, and will be available on March 1st. Okay, there we are. Also, new printing of Mary Jane and Black Cat #2. This tie-in to Dark Web is getting a new printing, written by Jed MacKay, who I just heard some rave reviews on lately. So check out Jed MacKay for fun in the Marvel Spider-Man universe. Also features interiors by Vincenzo Caruto, and this cover by J. Scott Campbell. And finally, in last call for new printings, this is a new printing of Miles Morales Spider-Man #2 with a new cover by Federico Vincentini. Just a heads up, I got plenty of these for the shelf. I will not be ordering it for the shelf, but if you want a copy, please let me know before Monday at 5 p.m. Okay, that wraps it up for last call for new printings. Now, let's do last call for graphic novels. And first up in graphic novels is The Lion and the Eagle, collecting the recent 4-issue prestige format by Garth Ennis, PJ Holden, and Aftershock Comics. This has a cover price of $24.99 and will be on shelves February 8th. We also get a collection from Aftershock of the We Live series. This will be collecting the entire first arc, issues 1 through 5, plus the free comic book day story, We Live the Last Days. This is a very critically acclaimed series written by two brothers, or I should say created by two brothers, Roy Miranda and Inaki Miranda. Cover price on this is $24.99. Not so bad for a hardcover with a release date of February 8th. Here we go. Get a soft cover, first time in soft cover for Superman, Son of Kal-El. This is volume 1 called The Truth, collecting the first 6 issues, and is the perfect starting point for readers to jump into an exciting new era of John Kent Superman. Oh, here's a beautiful book, and one close to my heart. This is some of my favorite material by Alan Moore. Top 10. This is a compendium that collects the entire first miniseries, all 12 issues, one shot, the Smacks miniseries, the 49ers miniseries, and 3 more top 10 miniseries to boot. This is a huge pile of paper. The page count is 832 pages with a cover price of $59.99. What a deal. Features this beautiful cover by Alex Ross and interiors by the masters, Gene Ha and Xander Cannon. This stuff, folks, is some of the best comics. If you like police procedurals and superheroes and a little bit of social commentary at the same time, you'll dig this. Top 10 compendium, $59.99, available on April 12th. And yeah, I'll be getting this for the shelf. Yeah. Then we get a Dungeons & Dragons graphic novel, Honor Among Thieves, which is an official movie prequel by Jeremy Lambert and artist Eduardo Ferragato, available on March 8th. And another Dungeons & Dragons graphic novel from the world of Ravenloft, Orphan of Agony Island. This is from IDW writer Casey Gilly and artist Bailey Underwood, available on March 8th. Here's another beautiful book here. This is the first time in softcover, I believe. The Genius Illustrated Life and Art of Alex Toth from IDW Publishing, written by Dean Mullaney, and of course featuring art by Alex Toth, and some original artwork reproduced and some very hard to find sketchbooks, doodles, advertising, art, rarities, all kinds of stuff. It's even got some comics in there from the master Alex Toth. That is $34.99, available on March 8th. An epic collection from Marvel Comics is coming. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, Earth Shall Overcome. This features some of the earliest appearances of the Guardians of the Galaxy. This is the stuff I grew up with, featuring all kinds of creators: Steve Gerber, Roger Stern, Arnold Drake, art by Gene Kalan, Don Heck, Al Milgrom. This cover by Al Milgrom has a cover price of $39.99 and is available on April 12th. And lastly, we get this original graphic novel from Viking Books for young readers called Neira and the Jinn by Yasmin Oma Atta, both writer and artist. Has a cover price of $13.99, releases on March 1st, and is beautiful. Very nice. And that does it for, let's see, can I do it? Oh, man. I got just a couple things to cover here, pardon me. Okay, before we go on to last call for graphic novels, I just needed to reset so I don't time out. And now, it's last call for special items. Jump on points, epic conclusions, and just interesting stuff that is worth spotlighting on last call for special items. Got a couple things to talk about here. Let's start off with DC Universe's Lazarus Planet Omega. This is a one-shot that caps off this storyline spinning out of Batman versus Robin. Has stories from the architects of that, the whole epic, Gene Yang and Mark Waid, featuring interiors by Riccardo Federici and Billy Tan, with this David Marquez cover. Has a cover price of $5.99 and will be available on February 21st. DC's made this a little bit challenging to get right. I will say I haven't gotten orders right over the last couple one-shots, but your orders and at least your intent on getting this will help me get my numbers better and ensure your copy on the day of release. Lazarus Planet Omega #1 from DC Comics. Here's an interesting one. So this is the first issue of the Unstoppable Doom Patrol. Initial orders just went in for this book, but they decided to announce a very special variant that requires an extra lead time in production because of the nature of the variant. And that nature is, it is a scratch-off. That's right, it is a scratch-off cover. So this big gray field here where the mirror is that kind of scratch-off material that is like a lottery ticket. In a lot of ways, this is kind of a lottery ticket because it has 5 different randomly inserted possibilities that you could get from this cover C, all featuring that same art, but with the different personality of Jane reflected back to them. You know what? I didn't call up the options, but you know, there are 5 of the personalities that you've all seen from Jane from her appearances in Doom Patrol, the HBO series, or even if you're a fan of the comic. This precedes the FOC of the normal issues or normal variant. That will be in a week or two. But if you're interested in this one, the cover price is $4.99. It is polybagged to avoid any damage to that scratch-off material. Features this cover art and interiors by Chris Burnham and is written by Dennis Culver. That will be available on March 28th and has a cover price of $4.99. Remember, this is a variant issue. I'm not sure how much I'll be ordering for the shelf. If you're interested in a copy or multiple copies, please place those orders through Comichub. If you're interested in multiples, you may have to contact me, but I can do it manually. We'll make this happen in spite of the accelerated time parameters here. Get those orders in by Sunday night at 5 p.m. And finally, wrapping up, last call for special items. This is kind of special in a way, in that we need to have a talk about Rick and Morty. Because of recent happenings around one of the creators of Rick and Morty, we've been backing off on this material for the shelves. But considering that there has been some positive actions from Adult Swim about the integrity and the reputation of the show Rick and Morty itself, they will be continuing without that particular person, and hopefully keeping interest with their viewership and their readership, for that matter. So I'm still a little nervous about carrying Rick and Morty, at least the new stuff. So if you're interested, please let me know. This new series, Rick and Morty Presents Time Zoo #1, is on FOC this week. Get those orders in before Monday at 5 p.m. This carries a cover price of $4.99, is written by Jake Goldman with art by Phil Murphy on the interior pages, and this cover by Phil Murphy as well. Since we're looking at it, I may as well show you the other variant, and that is by Derek Fridolfs. Remember, folks, Rick and Morty, not sure if I'm going to be ordering it for the shelf. If you're interested in it, please get your orders in through Comichub. And that does it for our last call focuses. Let's see what we got here. One last thing up. It's time for last call for special events. Where are we? Almost there. There we are. Okay. First thing I want to show you is we are coming up on this event, Pokemeet. Come and join us at Green Brain Comics Friday, February 3rd from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. for casual play, trade, and making friends. Any of the Pokemon games or traditional medias that you're interested in bringing by to participate with a crowd, come on by. It's open for all ages, for all playing levels, for all interests, for all platforms. Pokemeet on Friday, February 3rd. Let's see, I can do it that way, right? Also, Brain Candy is coming up on the third Monday of every month. This month it is on, where are we at? Brain Candy is on Monday, February 20th from 7 to 9 p.m. Both of these events, we have Facebook pages up on Facebook events available for you. I can put that in the chat as well to make sure that you have all the info. Hooray. And Fabric86, thanks for watching and good morning to you. And that just about does it for me. Let me see, do we have anything left over here? Yes, I do. I got one more thing to show you. Don't forget our live stream on Tuesday at 6:30. It's new Comic Day preview from Green Brain Comics. We call it Brain Scan. We'll be showing you all the shelves. We'll be taking a short tour around the store with a little bit of music and dance to keep y'all interested. And that does it for me today. Thanks for joining us on Last Call Live, broadcasting live from Studio G in Green Brain Comics, smack dab in the middle of beautiful East Downtown Dearborn. Last Call live streams most Saturdays around this time. And be sure to check out our other live stream, Brain Scan, where we show you all the new releases for each week, live on Tuesdays at 6:30, I'm sorry. Stay up to date on all of our happenings. We are Green Brain Comics on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. On Twitter, we are Green Brain CMX. You can shop our store at greenbraincomics.com. And we are spreading the love of comic books and graphic novels from the heart of East Downtown Dearborn since 1985. Woo! Feed your brain at Green Brain Comics.